Hello there. Oh, wrong hand. Hello there. So yeah, today was interesting. I I looked for offers, didn't apply for any because I didn't record the long video. Yeah, I'm focused in the morning. That was fucked up. But one thing that happened though, I tried. Well, really good session. And a friend of mine, he uh, came by, and we talk. Um, and like in this conversation, I just realized how I could like realize. I mean, about myself actually, because he was explaining his problems and this thing with his girlfriend, and he's not satisfied with the job, like with the 9 to 5 job, and he wants to do other things. And I said, like we talk about that, and also about other friend of ours. Um, and man, shit, I look into that, and he said like, hey, man, I regret that I have dated like so early. And most of my friends they said the same thing. They say the same thing. And like for a while, I was like, shit, man, I wish I had a girlfriend. I wish I was in a relationship. And like, because it's not like it's the first time that I hear things like that. Oh no, because I can do nothing. And I'm like, shit, man. Thankfully, I'm single, minding my own business. Because there's a lot of energy, man. I noticed that. It's a lot of energy. Like when I had my thing with that girl, like it was a lot of energy, and like I think with everyone it's a lot of energy because it's a demanding, activity. It's a demanding thing to maintain, and especially to maintain in a way that is profitable. And like when I say profitable, it's like it's good for you and like helps you because if you really analyze that, like marriage was a tactic they use in the past, to form alliances and resolve conflicts between like groups of people, between tribes, between kingdoms, and was more like political, and there was a reason for that. And like now it's like this thing of like I'll marry you because I love you. This is completely new. This is like yesterday because throughout the whole history of humanity it was because of interests, 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 and political reasons, warfare, and things like that. Like now that is this thing about love, and you know, like I even saw like a boomer talking shit, but yeah, and I see like the way they. Oh fuck, this dog. Wait a minute. Getting back to it. So I see them and like they're always complaining about the same things. And you know what? I was really thinking about that, and it's just because they're not satisfied with themselves. Like they can bear their own presence and just like only their presence. They gotta have something else, you know? Because the idea is like to add, not to complete. You're already complete. Like you're a whole human being. You're a whole identity. You're you're a formed uh, uh, life. You know, so you are already enough. And if you got someone else to add to that, that's perfect. Because yeah, we need relationships. as a matter of survival, we need relationships. Back in the day, like we used to hunt like in groups, troops of people, and we need that. Don't get me wrong, but like now things are different. I mean, of course things are different. Like it's not like you're gonna die in the middle of the jungle. No, things are different. But some like a lot of things didn't change. Like we still need someone else, and either friends, family, like mom, dad, like your brothers, no, a spouse. Like you need that. Yeah, but if you don't have that, that doesn't mean you're gonna die. It might feel it might feel like it might feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. And like if you're like okay with yourself and like and you know your value, I mean you're gonna be more thorough when it comes to pick someone because damn man, you're gonna spend the rest of your life with that person. At least you're supposed to, you know. Like they say that like don't go to buy groceries if you're hungry because you might end up just picking anything like that is in your way and whatever just to kill the hunger. And it's the same aspect, like it's the same principle, And like I look at this and I'm like, shit, man. Of course, I still it's not like my relationship with myself is 100%. There's a lot of things we must overcome, but like I'm working towards it. You know, it's a work in progress, and I can say that I'm like right now. I mean, I prefer just stay by myself and do whatever, do my things, do my mock calls. This little bastard here, Mr. P is his name. Do my things, and I'm okay with that. Of course, there are times, like I mention a lot, like literally a lot, the thing that I'm feeling lonely, loneliness. But it's fleeting. Like now, most of the times I'm just, no, especially today, because we're talking, and even though I think it was yesterday, I talked about rest. Like, no, man, I gotta rest, get away from sales. Like, the only thing I was talking about was job, Like, oh, man, but, like, make business, and, like, if you're gonna do this type of business, you gotta, like, because that excites me. Like, I like it. I don't like the role that I am right now, which, by the way, I made a decision today. I cut it off. That I just said, man, I'm out of the offer. And like that really alleviates me because I was like, shit, man. Because like you just do nothing and like don't take half measures. Don't take half measures. Uh, no half measures. Um, if you're like in the middle and like you're sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Just decide. No, decide. Category. Alex, he mentioned that thing. You gotta cut it off, like kill a part of it. So I decided. I was like, shit, man. And like I asked, like there's this girl, like she's the top performer of the team. And like, man, I didn't say that, but I mean the idea, like, hey, man, like, have you made any money with this offer yet? And she was like, yeah, I made like $200. And I was like, shit, man. Fuck, 1 month, because like me and her, like we basically entered at like the same time in the offer. And shit, man, like yeah, fuck that. And like what I'm doing right now, I'm looking for offers that there is a base salary because, whoo, man, it's way better. It's just way better, man. And I mean, I gotta tell you that this is one of the uh, what's the name? Collaterals of 9 to 5. But man, because I feel more, because like if I have a base, at least for me. I mean, I feel more like willing to, like make that like whatever 1K, like $1,500. Like I gotta make for that. I gotta make it up for that. So like and like it really makes me like want to move forward because shit, I'm already like I already made, let's say, I already made this 1K, let's say. So let's make more money. So shit, I want to add to this base salary. So I'm looking for like only looking for offers that there's a base salary. And I finished the break book. Didn't didn't make the little video, which is fine. I'll make it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll record a little video. And damn, man, gotta tell you that I'm still like thinking about it. And it's complicated. And like I'm more at like more in peace right now. I think. I because like it's a work in progress. Just like I said, there's a lot of things that I still like. I don't know how to cope, and I'm learning. But fuck, man, the way that I see things, like I'm glad that I have this understanding, you know, of being self-aware, of business, even though like it's superficial. I know that it's shallow, shallow. I think it's shallow, but it's superficial. But I have an understanding, and I've improved my English, my communication skills, and I'm learning a lot of things that is useful for me because for me like was always this premise of like shit, man, like why the fuck am I gonna learn that, like spend my time with that shit if it's not gonna be useful for me. Like I have this vision for everything. Like why the fuck should I like spend my time into something like if I'm not gonna get any type of return? Like I work like that. So yeah. And yeah, and by the way, that made Alex, I saw this video of him today, like really good video. And he was talking about, the trade-offs you gotta make, like your 20s, like I'm in my 20s, man. So like, yeah, that's one of, like the 20s, they're the most important years of your life, right? So like, what do you want to, how do you want to like spend this 20 years? Not 20 years. It's like your is when you're in your 20s and like it's 10 years. So like from your 20s to your 30s. So like how do you want to spend this amount of time? It's very important. Like Alex mentioned this guy, he said in next that wait a minute. Ooh, like I was saying, the trade-offs. The trade-offs. So like for example, like the relationship, like you spend a lot of time in a relationship and shit, and like especially like for example, this friend of mine, not the one that came here today, but the other one that broke up with his girlfriend. Like he spent like 2 years like in a relationship and fuck, it didn't work out and now he's fucked. Like he's gonna take more time to recover and you see, like this is no, like it's not like infinity, like infinite time. So, man, I really want to use very wisely these 10 years that I have, to really make something. And even like, even though I'm reluctant, man, I'm willing, to get back into the 95 to make some money and do my thing. So it's still, like I'm really like looking hard for offers because when I have this reality checks with my friends, like seeing their situation, like fuck, damn, I don't want that for my life. Because I mean we get so like stuck into our own world, our own vision, our own problems. And then like when we see something like outside, it's like it's so simple, like Or maybe they say something that you never thought of. I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. So like I was like, I was talking with him like, shit, I don't want that, you know. I don't want to be in a relationship, at least not right now. Damn, man, it's like, man, thankfully I'm not you, right? Uh, but fuck, I don't want that for my life. I know that for sure. So this trade-off, you know, fuck, I, I'm like, yeah, the year is really about to end. That's crazy. And like I was talking with him, you know, that like today completed 1 year since I left at 95. Like I was, they fired me, but I was, invited to leave. I was invited to leave, you know. So 1 year, and that was TikTok shop that were like, um, you know, creating personal brand related to fitness, and what else? What else? Yeah, and like then there was like sales. There were like video editing, designing, so many shit, instead of just focusing on one and like create a YouTube channel, which like I'm doing that, but right now with these videos. Um, but fuck, man, like 1 year, and like I was like, because like he doesn't like just a few people, feel the weight of my words, because when I say about this, like only like entrepreneurships or people that really like know the lonely chapter, they understand that. Like 1 year, 1 year, like you try a lot of things, and like all of them they fail, and like you get experience but you don't get money, and then you get into sales, like you learn a lot, do more calls, getting shitty offers, don't make any money, like you're tired, and and things are getting kind of creepy, and you gotta make money. So like 1 year, and 1 year without making money, still living with my parents, and it's a lot of outside pressure, but like especially self generated pressure. And then there's your friends, they're doing their things, and like you start to compare yourself and like all that shit, and you still believe in your dream. Like even though like you're fucked, no money, no shit, no nothing, like you still believe it's gonna work out. That's the way that I am right now. You know, even though there are days, that I feel really shit. Like, man, why the fuck am I doing this? So sometimes even I like shit, man. I don't know. Is this really gonna work out? But I just said fuck. It's just another bad day, another bad moment. It will pass, because I know that by the end of it, like the outcome, like the results, the reward is gonna pay off for all of this shit, all of this trouble, all of this uncertainty, all of this, And in not only that, it's like the person that I'm becoming, because when I see the way they see things and the way they react to things, I'm like, oh wow. Thankfully, I'm getting, I'm getting a way of thinking and acting more. I think it's more aligned to the way things are right now. And when I say this, it's like for the things that I wanna achieve, like I gotta act in a different way that is different from theirs. So and for that, I gotta cope things differently. I gotta have frameworks that allow me to make better decisions and more rational decisions. Like I'm start to learning these frameworks, whatever it's for business, for sales, communication. I'm learning these things, and it's really helping me not only in terms of job, but also in life. And that is only possible because I chose this path of entrepreneurship. Like ever since, like even in the beginning, like I didn't know. Like I was, I don't know. I don't know how to say that, but there's the fuck. I forgot the word. There's the wheel of the bicycle, right? And then there's the things that go. Like there's the wheel, and then there's I don't know how to say that shit, but you get what I'm saying, right? And then there's the little sticks. So I was just connecting that shit like that. That was a job, that was my first job. So I did that. The money, I took the money, and then I decided to start making candy, like famous candy here, brigadeiro, and like sell like in the streets. It started with a friend. He, I don't know what happened. He gave up. I don't know what happened to him. But I continued. Like I did it for what? Even like 1 month, maybe 1 month, something like that. I wasn't really shitty. I hate that shit. But I learned a lot, and you know, and then like that time, I just stayed. I don't know. I just spent some of the money, and like most of I just I saved, and then like years that was like in 2020, back in the pandemic, and then after that I got my I think was working in a supermarket as a cashier. Hate that shit. 1 month, same shit. 1 month, took the money and like decided to go to like marketing, and it's like I don't know how is it called, but it's just fucking bro, that's fucked up. But no, it was a course. The course was for free. I got for free, and you you just send the guys like the lead to a landing page. Like it's a more like hard sell. Didn't work out. I spent most of the money in that shit. Didn't that was in 2023. Didn't work out. And then I was unemployed, and I had like I left the school as well, like unemployed, and then like happened that thing with the girl, like didn't work out. I was fucked up mentally and emotionally, all that shit. Got fat, and then there was the start of 2024, and then I got into this nightclub job, and then like I stayed there for like 11 months, 11, and like I learned a lot of shit, and like that was like a lot of ups and downs, and like I was just getting in place, like finding my center again, to you know be more like established. And then like by the end of that year of 2024, like November, like I was fine. I was in the best shape of my life. And then like I was back into it, like to let's make business, right? And then they fired me in November, and I said, shit, I will never come back to this shit again. And like in the beginning, I was no, like I hate that shit. Like by the end of it, I was just hating that job, and I was super excited. Best trip of my life. I had a lot of money because here in Brazil, when you're fired, like they give you like some compensations, and in this shit, I don't know how to say this word, but what's the word? Uh, but they give you like this amount, like a really good amount of money, and there is what's the word? Oh no, fuck, what's the word? Uh, kind of insurance, something like that. It's a lot of money. And then like in the beginning, I was completely let's do it. And then as the months started going, like I did it like because I thought that would like overnight. Oh shit, I'll do this like for 1 month and then I'll make a lot of money and no, it's stupid. And like then I was like with this idea of doing like being like editing videos, doing designing, YouTube video, Instagram, and like recording my training, like do all that shit. A rookie mistake, but that's okay. And then like little by little, I started taking it off the list. Like no, this is not gonna work. And then like the last one's like TikTok shop, which I make like I don't know, $10, $5, some shit like that. And I spent a lot of money into it. Uh, but again, didn't work. And I was like, fuck, what do I do now? And then there was like this colleague of mine. He told me about lead generation. He didn't know that this was lead generation. And then he sent me the course of Jordan Belfort. And then I learned about sales. And that was in May. Whew, it's good to have this kind of recaps. And then I learned sales. Started the process of learning sales. And shit, man, that was in May. I still have like the first mock calls that I did. So that was in May, and for fuck's sake. Like in the beginning, I had this crew, like me and more two other guys. One of them hop off, and, you know, like I mentioned him, one of the videos back, like way back, and like this like colleague that I started with the lead generation, he just hop off like, and like this guy is the guy that I got back to talking with, about the AI thing that I want to do, but like I'm very skeptical, very like down to earth, like very I don't know. So um, and then like this doing a lot of mock calls, and I think yeah, doing the mock calls, I got the first offer. I mean, like there was another Brazilian in the offer. Like we talked a lot. Like we bound. Like, yeah, man, what's up? Uh, but I mean, I just did the 50 euros there. But yeah, I got the like real experience, and I did my first booking, my first appointment. I was super excited. Like shit, man, this is real. I did it. But yeah, I mean, the guys they they weren't like responding anymore, so I hop off the offer, and then that was more established like mentally, and then there was the second offer. My first group call, like I did very well, very well. Then like they shit, man. Like now that I think about it, man, like I spent so much time in that shit, like the second offer, like doing this trade, all that shit, like true, like in the end, like the SOPs didn't work out, and like just a waste of time. But still, I learned, That's the issue. Like now oh shit, that makes sense. Like when Alex said, like it's to learn, not to earn. Oh fuck! Oh wow! I just had this insight now. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like fuck, 1 year. And like you say, like 6 months just to like learn. Oh fuck. This is yeah, man. Just to learn. Fuck yeah, true that, true. And yeah, man. So that was the second offer. I mean, I still like the dials. wasn't working, and then like one by one they started like hopping off the offer, and yeah, I mean I hop off also a lot. I hop off like as well, and like I made like this one connection with this girl, and like it, it was like it's funny because when like we're all together, like they didn't like her so much, but I was like, no, relax, you know. And then like she really helped me. Like she said, man, I'm a really good site to find offers. Like this is funny how things work, right? So yeah, and then like I hop off this offer, and I think I don't know I hop off the offer, and then I just got like into other offers. The one that I just hop off today, and the other one that I mean it was I even pay attention to it actually. But I made some dials there as well. Because I wasn't like motivated, like shit man, I didn't make any I didn't make any money with that shit. Fuck that. And then like there was like the last offer that I hop off today, which like I started in seven seventieth seven seventieth of 70th of October. Yeah, 70th of October. And like today, 70th of November, I hop off 1 month. So yeah, and like this one was great because I did like my first like formal appointments, you know, like really like I was being very consistent. But again, I mean, and like it was good because I talked with like this uh other friend of mine that is in high ticket, and he had a lot of experience, you know. Also did, I mean, it's pretty much this, like he said, like, man, right now you're not gonna make money. You're just gonna get experience to get better offers. He was right. To learn, not to earn. And it was pretty much that, like, he was not doing, like, he did the cold calls as well, and he did that for, I don't know, 3 months. Like, the time that I spent, like, getting to an offer, hopping off, getting to another, like, 3 offers 3 months. So like he spent all of that in one offer, and then he got better opportunities. But like, overall, I have the same experience that he had back then, you know. So like, and right now, like I have proof because, thankfully, to me, my sometimes I use my brain. Sometimes I recorded, I recorded the calls. So like I have proof that I know this shit. You know, they can see like me doing. That's why I did the brag book and all of that. You know. So yeah. So I did all of that, and I mean because like in like what I noticed like in this whole journey that I just told here, I was always getting something better. Like was always even like a little bit like the first like job that I ever did like was uh like kind of fuck how can I explain that building the wheel of the bicycle, right? That was the first thing that I ever did as a job. Got the money, and then I decided to be self-employed and like sales door to door, basically, like as a self-employed. Okay, like years later, I got in like the good thing, like the funny thing is when I got into the supermarket job. Before that, I was trying to do. Um, I was trying to do like via DM setting. No, like a low ticket product. Like I didn't know nothing about script, nothing about that shit. I was just like trying to sell. So and fuck. And then like I I was in the like selling candy. Like the first job was kind of shit, you know. Like I hate the place, I hate the people over there. And then like selling food like in the street, like even though I said like it's door to door, I was like it was like in the traffic, so like in the cars like they stopped, and then I was just like offering the product, the candy. Sounds like I'm talking about drugs. No, it's a candy, very good candy by the way. And then after that, like was I took a lot of a lot of heat, a lot of sun in my face. That really fucked me up. And I wasn't drinking a lot of water as well, so that fucked me up. Um, and then like in the offer of in the job of supermarket, like was better, like was decent. Like even though like was kind of stressful, was chill, you know. Um, I got my first experience there, and it was okay. It was okay. I just did like 1 month because then I like fuck that. I will do the marketing. Do the VSL, and like send to the landing page. Didn't work out. You know. And then like happened a lot of shit. The girl, and then I got into the 95 that I stayed for 11 months. Like even though there was a lot of problem, like big company, like was the first like really big company that I worked for. Like I learned a lot of shit. Like because when it's a big company, there's a lot of supervisor, manage, managers, and like I learned a lot of shit. Talk with a lot of people. Had a lot of great insights there, and like it was really cool. Like even though there was a lot of bad parts, there was a lot of good conversations that I had that like I tend not to not like drilling back to it, but I had like some really good experiences there. Really funny ones. Uh, they called me Alex the Lion. I mean, yeah, man, like it was cool. It was really really cool. And then I was fired. They fired me. Man. Because what happened was I went to this event, like bodybuilding event, like in São Paulo. Like once I saw that, like the influencers of bodybuilding, like influencers, they make a lot of money. And like so, once I saw their reality, I was like, shit, man. Like the guys, they say like, man, you got potential, man. You should compete. You should, doing like making content. And then like, fuck, man. Imagine you're a guy, like you live in a small town. You work in a job that you don't like it, and then you have the opportunity to go to a big city, like see the people that you watch, and they say to you that you have potential. Like, and now imagine you have to go back. Like, what would be like your reaction to it? How would you feel? Because I was just like, like, like fuck, man, this is like wasn't that bad, but like the way that I perceived, because I had this huge gap. I was like, fuck, man, I hate this shit. I want to leave, you know. And I like, yeah, because I was like, even though like I was like they fired me, like I was already planning to just leave the job, and was a better was a better offer than the one prior to that, which which was the one of the supermarket. And then, then happened to be the thing that I'm doing right now, you know. Uh, and because like with the marketing thing, I was with my friends, you know, and like they give up. Like once they saw that it's not gonna be like overnight, they hop off, and that's okay. They leave, they left, and that's okay. Fuck it. And like this friend that came here today wasn't one of these friends. And then like right now I'm in like I'm in this crazy journey, and like happened the same shit with the offers. Like even though it's remote, it's the same shit. You know, the first offer was really like startup. The guys were cool, but they didn't know shit. They give up of the offer. Like they just stopped replying. They didn't say nothing anymore. The owner said, "No, I'm in a vacation. Like 7 months in the vacation. A lot of time. Oh, that's like a really good vacation." And then like there wasn't like a proper like team meeting, group meeting. There was nothing like that. There was no like mock calls, no shit, nothing. And, like in the second offer was like a more big company. There was an owner. There was like uh, a person of HR, like huge like group of people, and yeah, it was kind of better. You know, they had a dialer, better. And yeah, and like now, like same thing, they had a group of people, you know, they did the mock calls, they were very, and was better than the one before because they were, because in the first offer was like in the second offer was their first attempt to put a salary team together. So like none of the guys were like booking any meetings. And then, like in this last offer, there was a lot of guys booking meetings. So I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna work. And then I started doing making the bookings, and like there were no feedback. Like if the guy showed up, if the guy didn't show up, if the guy closed, if the guy didn't close, I'm like fuck that shit. And then I asked the girl today, and she said, like I made like $200. I'm like, oh, okay, but because like I'm not dumb. Like I know that I'm not like putting like a lot of effort. I know that shit. But I'm like, man, because like she is a killer, man. Like she's really good. Like kudos to her. And like I'm not jealous or like envy or anything like that. Like she's really good. She's way better than me. And like man, but shit. And she's doing a lot of meetings, booking a lot of meetings. And then like if even her that being a killer and a lot of making a lot of appointments, she only made this like fuck that, man. Like with this skill set, I can just get a better offer. I mean, even for her actually. I mean, fuck, because she has a crazy work ethic. And I was like, fuck, man. I mean, I learned this shit. Okay, I'll get a better opportunity, a better vehicle, and that's it. You know. And even though like I don't know what's gonna be of this next offer, and like the only thing that I do know is gonna be a base salary. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be a base salary. Fuck that shit. It's gonna be a base salary. That's the only thing that I know for sure. And now I know that it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna have problems. It's gonna be people that I don't like, process that I don't like, and that's okay. And it's gonna happen the same thing. Maybe now, maybe now that I'm more reflecting or more reflective, maybe now I'm seeing that maybe I won't make any money, but I will learn. Maybe that's maybe I don't get any offers until like the end of this year, and I have to get back to the 95. And like I'll still continue doing the thing that I'm doing. I will still continue because I know as long as I don't give up and I don't stop, eventually I will win. I know that. I know that for sure. It might take more time. It might take less time. And that depends off my work ethic. Like I'm learning. Like I'm really learning. And I won't give up. Even if I have to get back to that shit because I don't like it, I will do that because it's because of my dream. Like when I compare this shit, like, okay, working on night five, well, fuck that. Who gives a fuck? I know what I will do with the money. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about like Fuck that. Like, you, like, someone said, like, some shit to me. Fuck that, man. I know what I'm here for, you know? And, like, just, reflecting on my journey, all that shit that happened is really, like, relieving, like, shit is like catharsis. And I won't give up. I won't stop, like, until I win. And I think that, yeah, now, like, because, like, now it's not, like, it's not exciting anymore. It's not like, oh shit. Like, in the beginning, it's, oh, I would make like 10K per month. And, like, now I just want to get a offer with a base salary. Like, becomes more realistic because they put this shit in your mind. Like, oh no, because you're gonna be a millionaire. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna be overnight. It's not gonna be easy, and you're gonna look dumb and, like, pathetic in front of a lot of people, and you will suck. You'll suck at something, like, for an extended period of time. And again, I'm taking this for Alex because it's true. I saw that. I got this recorded. Like, when I see this, like, oh shit, it's embarrassing. But who gives a fuck? I will die anyway. And especially now that I had this conversation with my friend, I was like, shit, man. I really, like, this thing that I'm going through. Like, I prefer this because I know what's the aftermath. Like, what I will get. After all this shit. Like, okay, I'm willing to go through that because, I mean, 9 to 5, there's a lot of problem. Like, remember, like, suffering is guaranteed. Like, it's a fixed cost, right? But since that's the truth, like, would it make sense, to choose things that you will suffer, but the results and the achievements, the rewards of this suffering is gonna be more like appealing and compelling to you? Would it make sense to choose the one, like, both, like, all love choices there's suffering involved? But would it make sense, like, for you to choose one where there's a big reward after all that suffering? So, like, for me, that's build a business, entrepreneurship. So yeah. Whew, man, I think I just I let it out. Yeah, man. That's crazy. But yeah, man, that was a really good talk. Take care.